I'm here with Greg Curtis with the Good Earth Greenhouse, and today we're talking about planting. And there's a lot of information out there about planting, and some of that information is better than others, especially when it comes to what kind of soil type you're planting with.
Yeah, we're going to talk about what it's like here in central Arkansas, say from Cabot to Benton and then all in between. First off, I just want to show this is just a good representation of the soils that I'm going to pick that one up, you'll get another one there, that we have here in central Arkansas. And most of it is going to be clay. You might have one that looks like this that is a little more sandy loam, but again, it's going to have clay. And we're talking before we came on the air here just a minute ago, what would happen if we planted, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, if you planted in that kind of soil.
I mean, that's clay. That pretty much would act like its own pot, its own enclosure.
It would, with no drainage at all. So what you want to do is always dig down, Jeff. What I love is customers come in and they'll say, hey, I just brought in fresh soil, and that is great. But what you want to do is dig down at least 16 inches, because that's where all the work's being done. That's what you got to look at, see what the soil looks like. And they're on your furthest right there in front of you. If you're starting over and you're going to be building a new bed or say a vegetable garden next spring, that's our blended soil. So that's going to have compost, horse manure, sandy loam, leaves, and all that type of stuff in it. So if you're starting over, that's a great way to go. If you're wanting to amend the soil, and what you would do is take the compost right there in front of you and mix that about a third to the existing soil. You don't want to go too much, because then it doesn't make the roots have to suffer at all. You want the roots to stress out just a little bit. If your yard looks like this, and literally this was taken out of a yard just right down the street here, then you might want to dig down a little bit further, down about 2 feet, and actually put some gravel in the bottom. That'll act like a French drain for that first year or so to help the roots get out. Another thing we have found, and I grew up old school, but we've learned not to do this, you don't want to go in and start scratching the roots. Just pull it out of the pot and plant it. Now what we normally do, since we're digging a little bit deeper, the plant's going to sink a little bit. So Jeff, we'll leave about 1 inch sticking up like that. Mulch up around it. We don't bring the mulch up like this, we bring the mulch to right there. That when the plant starts to grow, it'll start to sink a little bit and it'll be perfect.
Yeah, those are two misconceptions I see a lot is, you got to cut the roots there on the side, and you see these mulch piles that come up in the middle, and you don't want to do those
You don't want to
things.
do that.
All right, that's about all the time we have for this week. Join us back here next week for the Good Earth Greenhouse.